Today I'm going to show you a little bit about the 3D text option that you have. So we're just going to do a little bit of 3D text practice. 3D text. And I'm going to use 960 by 720, 72 dpi. Remember, this is under the Film and Video tab, and I'm going to hit Create. And it pops up. I can do Control -sign to zoom out a little bit. There we go. I go to my Type tool. I'm going to set the color up here at the top. I'm going to set a nice blue color. There we go. I'm going to use something big and bold. So this Gilson's Ultra Bold. So if I scroll down to Gilson's Ultra Bold, there we go. I can put it at a pretty big font size. I'm going to just type one simple word in all caps, fun. While my cursor is still there at the very end, without hitting enter or anything, I do Control and I get my transform controls, and I can resize and move this around so that it's centered in my screen. There we go. I'm going to hit this 3D button up here on my options bar, 3D. When I do that, it's going to process for a minute. Yours might take a little bit longer to process, and it might give you a warning thing that says, are you sure you want to go into the 3D interface? Just say, okay. Notice that right now, there are three different there's an x-axis, a y-axis, and a z-axis. And you can't really see all of them, but you can see as I move around, I get different signals. Like that one's the Y. Scale, I can scale this, making it larger or smaller. Or I can move on the z-axis. If I click at that point, that brings it closer to you as I drag down or moves it further away. I can rotate, I can move on the y-axis up or down, holding in my mouse as I move it. This takes just a lot of practice. I can move on the x-axis. I can scale along the x-axis, squeeze it in, make it larger. I can rotate around. Each one of these gives you a different ability to move within the 3D window. Right now, we're moving it as a whole. But I can also go to the 3D menu up here, and I can do split extrusion. And then I'll click OK. Now it's going to take a few moments. Now if I click on each letter, now I can move each letter independently. So if I want to work in the U, I can move that letter up. If I want to work on the N, I can move that letter down. If I want to work on the F, I can move that letter. And again, this just takes some playing with before we move on to the next part of the video. So open up your file, create a new file, and go ahead and create some 3D text and just get used to moving the text around and playing with each one before you go on to the next video.